Dude, spoilers. I knew that Fire Force was going to be a good anime from the very first episode. There was one simple thing that gave it away: the sound design. But this was the moment that I knew this show was going to be something special. So let's talk about sound design. The question I want to ask is, how can you tell a story with sound? First, let me go over the hierarchy of an animation team. Underneath the director, who calls all of the shots and has final approval over everything, there are two teams, one visual and one auditory. On the visual side, there is the art director, character designers, keyframe animators, in-betweeners, background artists, 3D artists, and special effects artists. They are the ones who make the visuals that you see in the animation. On the auditory side, there's the sound director, and underneath him is the composer, all of the voiceover talent, and the sound effects team. Jin Akutagawa is the sound director for Fire Force, and underneath him is the man we want to focus on, Yasumasa Koyama. Koyama is a sound effects designer that has also worked infamously on JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. He is responsible for the beefy sound effects that we hear throughout Fire Force. One thing I should note is Koyama's personal feelings on designing sound for science fiction. He feels that the sounds should attack with bass. So what does that mean? Well, let me give you an example. Yep, that's what I'm talking about. There are lots of ways to tell a story through sound design, and there are so many important aspects of the auditory side of the animation, but for this series, we're going to focus on the sound effects specifically. The voice actors and the music all play a very key role in bringing Fire Force to life, but in my opinion, the coolest aspect of the show is the sound effects. Koyama does a brilliant job explaining and revealing aspects of the story and characters all through the way he designs his sound effects. He builds differential sound profiles for characters, enemies, locations, and even fights to help further establish and drive home the story. In this series, we're going to take a look at many of the different types of sounds produced, and I'll explain how they help shape the story into a more incredible experience. Some of the categories we will examine are character-specific sound effects, combat sound effects, mechanical sound effects, and world-specific sound effects like the Adola Link. As I said before, I really did enjoy this show, and I'm looking forward to discussing with all of you how these sounds blend together to tell a more dynamic story. Doing a series like this is a little different format than what I'm used to, and I hope you guys enjoy it. If you want to jump into the rest of the playlist, click or tap the icon on the screen, or check the description for the link to get started. If you want to see future uploads, consider subscribing. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'm Malou, and I'll see you in the next video.